Hello, Trayvon. How are you?
Hi, Miss Ruffin. I'm good.
As you know, we talked last week, and I would like to use you as a peer mentor.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really good role. You'll
Mm-hmm.
be able to help a few students in our class, but one in particular, Joshua.
Okay.
I don't know if you were aware what autism is.
I am.
Okay. And so, can you tell me a little bit about what you know about autism?
So what I know about autism that it is a mental illness, and that it is now coming aware, and that it affects lots of kids and adults around the world. And there's different forms. There's high forms of it, and there's low forms of it.
Good job. So, it's not a mental illness; it's more so like a disability.
Okay.
And so you pretty spot on about autism. Some of the things that a person with autism struggles in would be like social skills,
Mm-hmm.
how they communicate with their peers, and that's what you're going to be helping Joshua with. Okay.
Okay.
So what will happen is that you're going to help him after cooking class. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So after cooking class, we are going to cook. So I will introduce the lesson, and everyone will be in pairs of two.
Okay.
You won't always be paired with Joshua. Sometimes it'll be other students because I do have other groups of students who are doing this as well.
Okay.
But sometimes you will be paired with him, and I will let you know each time before that happens.
Okay.
Okay. So I also have visual supports in place. So that means I have little charts on the table. I have little things going on, and so when you support Joshua, sometimes all you would have to do is point to the visual on the table.
Okay. I can do that.
Also, once you're finished, so you'll only work with him for certain tasks,
Mm-hmm.
and once that task is done, for instance, after cleanup in the kitchen, everyone will be assigned something.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give Joshua a choice, for instance, to either sweep or to wipe tables.
Okay.
So if he picks to wipe tables, once you all have done all that, you are free to go on and do another task or to continue to work with Joshua. It's your choice.
Okay.
So since we're talking about social skills while we're wiping the tables, for you to kind of ask Joshua questions like, what are you going to do this weekend? Okay. And so he'll probably answer like, I'm going to hang out with my friends. And you want to remind him, hey, Joshua, you didn't ask me about my weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So he's able to have that rapport. Okay. So that's one of the few skills that we're working on. And so when you all are wiping the tables, you want to ask him, do you want to wipe or do you want to spray? Or ask him how you guys are going to break it down. Because there's about 6 tables.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer if you all work together. I'd prefer if one person wiped the tables and another person wiped the seats. And so you can give Joshua that choice and ask him, Joshua, do you want to wipe the seats today or do you want to wipe the tables?
Okay.
Okay? If Joshua becomes frustrated, which may happen, you can ask him why. So you can see, Joshua, I see that you're becoming upset. May you tell me why? And he may say, oh, they don't have my favorite towel today, or I don't want to wash tables.
Mm-hmm.
And you can say, okay, what would you like to do? And so he may say, I would like to sweep. And you can say, okay, so-and-so and so-and-so are sweeping. Let's go ask them if they wouldn't mind wiping the tables.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to help him navigate kind of like that process.
Okay.
But if he comes too frustrated and you're not, or you don't feel comfortable, me and you are going to create a signal. So you're going to look, I'll be in the room, or the Miss Jackson, the instructional assistant, will be in the room as well.
Mm-hmm. And
And if you don't feel comfortable, you're just going to signal us to come, and then we'll come over and help you all work through that process, okay? So sometimes it's going to take Joshua a little bit of time to respond to you, which is perfectly normal, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So mentally, you want to give him about 10 seconds to respond.
Okay.
And if he doesn't respond after 10 seconds, you want to ask the question again. Okay? Let's see. So once you're finished, here is a form.
Mm-hmm.
The form is called the Peer Mediated Instruction Intervention. So it's going to be the date, and you're going to put the time. And so that's pretty much actually, I'm going to fill this out. And so I'm going to say, did you all participate in that activity after introduction? I'll say yes or no to that. Did the students seem to enjoy the activity? Did the activity contain materials that prompted social interaction? So I'm going to be looking to see if you were able to ask him about his weekend. Ask him about certain things.
Okay.
Did the activity promote positive or negative social interactions? So were you and him able to talk with one another positively,
Right.
or negatively? What changes should be made of the arrangement of intervention? So these are a lot of big words, but pretty much that's just saying is that what changes can I make to the environment or anything to help Joshua and you work together? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to be taking this data throughout the time because I really want to see what's working and what's not. Because it really wouldn't make sense for us to continue to do something that wasn't working, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I also want to use your time wisely. And so if Joshua is not responding to something or something's not working, I would definitely want to be able to help you navigate that process.
Okay.
Okay. So like I said, we really appreciate you helping with this. You will not be the only student to do this. We have about I think about 6 students who are going to help out. Okay?
Okay.
And so just be honest and vocal about how you feel. And so do you have any questions?
I don't. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today,
Of
Trayvon.
course.